So, when it comes to 2000s, what do you think? You think of, well, I think of style, um, fashion, a lot of fashion trends. I think of music. Music was really popular. Hold up. Okay. Music was really popular. You had a lot of, current people today that are famous just popping up in the 2000s, like Chris Brown, T-Pain, Usher, Beyonce, Jay-Z. Even though Jay-Z was more 90s, but going into the 2000s, he had a couple of good albums. And today we'll just be talking about how the 2000s affected, or I should say the whole decade affected the way we live now, and the pros of the 2000s, the cons, what was good, what was bad, and basically whole documentary of all 9 years of the 2000s. I'll be going through 2000 to 2009. I myself was born in 2009, but I know a lot about 90s and 2000s culture enough to make this video confidently and charismatically. And I will be doing 2010s because, I was actually living through the 2010s. I probably should do 2010s. Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should do 2010s first since I was living through it, but I feel like the 2000s would be easier. For the 2000s, we're going to first start off with probably the, we'll start off in 2000, the year of the 21st century, the first year of the 21st century. And, it's a pretty wild time. Y2K was a big thing because I believe people thought that the computers were going to crash and just not work anymore because it was only set from 1900 to 1999, and people thought like the world was just going to after it turned to 2000, but gladly that didn't happen, and we went to the 2000s with a couple of things. I believe so. I'll start off with gaming first. The Dreamcast had just came out. I think it came out in '99, but 2000 was like a big shift in the gaming industry. You had the end of the Nintendo 64 that came out in '96. Then you had the GameCube that was coming out in 2000. I think the GameCube came out in 2003, but it was getting worked on in 2000. You had PS2 about to come out. I think that PS2 came out in 2001? Because 2003. Yeah, I think the PS1 came out in 2001 because 360 came out in 2005, November 22nd. So, yeah, I mean, if you know gaming, you know that the PS2 was one of the best consoles ever made. Simply, the gaming library was top tier. The console also backed as a DVD player, so people could watch DVDs. And home entertainment was a big, it was a big factor in a lot of homes during these times, because in the 2000s, you didn't have what we have today. Like, I literally have a whole TV, a monitor, a computer, a Wii. But back in the day, it was really just one big family thing. Like, back in the day, they had family computer rooms, which I grew up with a computer room in my old house. Then you had the family room, the living room, and then really didn't have any TVs outside of the parents' room. But I didn't think kids having TVs in their own room became a popular thing until like the late 2000, like 2005, like after 2005. But okay, yeah, 2000s. Where to go from the gaming industry? So, what should I start with? Sorry, this is getting used to this. Okay, so let's go off of. Well, we'll just start. I'll actually just generally. I won't talk about each year individually. Well, okay. Let me start off with kind of a touchy subject, but 9/11 did happen in 2001, which wasn't the best, but I think that moment in history prayers out to all the families who had to live through that. But I think that experience made America stronger because it made airport security better. Not only that, people came together and realized that they were all fighting for one cause. I think something that we're missing today in modern society is the care for one another's, or not so much the care, but the concern about one another's. Because sometimes I'll just be going to school and then there will be little trash over on one of the lunch tables. No one will pick it up, and then the monitor has to say something about it, and it's like, come on, you really could have just picked it up. But I digress. That's a big. I will have a video coming out soon talking about modern issues in society, but gotta get back to the original point of this view before I start yapping too much. So besides that tragic event, 2001 was honestly a big year. Technology really started to grow. I would say technology kind of, I don't know, it kind of went from like here to here to here to here, and then boom, shot up at the start of the decade because you had, 2K just dropped. I think the original one on the Dreamcast, NFL 2K. You had an NBA Live. EA was jumping from the PS1 to the PS2. You had Madden 2001. So you had a lot of games. Sorry, I'm talking about a lot of games here. But not only that, you had the introduction of DVDs were starting to become popular. Before DVDs, people used like Laserdisc, it was like basically a small like pirate disc, like floppy disk, and you used to use it for everything. But floppy disks have absolutely no storage, and so with it not having any storage, it can't really hold a lot of information. That's why back in the day they had to get memory cards for everything because you couldn't just hold stuff in storage like in a cloud that you can now. So that's an advancement we've made throughout the 2000s. A lot of advancements when it came to storage. Computers really started to become prevalent in homes. I know back in the day, computers were more of like a business tool. Not business tool, but it was more used for work. Like if you worked an office job in the 2000s, you definitely had to have a computer. But now, not even nowadays, like during the 2000s, laptops became popular, which was basically like a kind of like a gateway for more people to connect, along with the introduction of social media. So I'm going to talk about social media in this part. Social media, I think, is one of the greatest things ever invented. Now, it can be bad, it can be good, but I think the idea of social media is great because having the chance to connect with people that, hey, for instance, people in Alaska could connect with people in Taiwan. People in Taiwan could connect with people in the Netherlands. So much opportunity. And I think MySpace, not even MySpace, or yeah, MySpace. I think MySpace, I've said it 4 times already, was borderline the perfect way for social media. Now, obviously there's been advancements, and I think obviously YouTube came out. That's kind of a big part. I want to be a content creator to make people happy and just to make funny videos like this, even though I'm kind of a little stressed out right now. But I think the invention of for people to connect was really good. Not only on a surface level, but a deeper personal level. Like dating sites became a thing, and tons of people have found love on dating sites. So I mean, it can be used for good. It can be used for bad. I will talk about the negative sides of the invention of social media. But whoever did invent MySpace, because I actually don't know who invented MySpace, they did a great job. What else? Oh, okay. I could talk about. Let's see. I can talk about pop culture. Pop culture is, I think, literally what the 2000s is. Like, anytime I hear somebody talk about the 2000s, like, no, it was so good back in the day. Like the 2000s were the best. They usually referencing pop culture. Now, I think 80s and 90s had really good pop cultures. Sorry about this sneeze. I'm gonna cut this out. Sorry, I had to sneeze. But I think pop culture was amazing in the 2000s. And I will start off with clothing. Okay, clothing, gives you a sense of style, gives you a sense of pizzazz. I'm trying to check the time. It gives you a sense of pizzazz. And what I mean by that is like, when you make a first impression, the first thing people are gonna see is, your choice of style. Like, you pull up in like a tank top and PJs to a corporate event, people are gonna be looking at you like, is he serious? Like, what is he doing? Nah. But I think pop culture, especially in the mid to late 2000s, was actually really fire because while it didn't show off too much, it showed off enough and it gave you style. Like, for instance, NSYNC bleaching their hair. I think I literally never, before I knew about NSYNC, literally never heard about anybody bleaching their hair. And they were popular back in the day, popular boy band. So of course everyone started glazing, or I should say glazing, banning over bleach. Justin had the blonde, I think it was the blonde. I forgot, I don't know all the crew members' names. I think Justin had the blonde hair. Some other dude had like the spikes. I've seen at school a ton of spikes, like people with spiky hair, which is crazy to me. I personally would never like bleach my hair. I would dye, but I wouldn't bleach it because I feel like that's definitely going too far. But as you can see, kind of have a wall of fame, Frank Ocean wall of fame. There is a Frank Ocean video coming out soon, but you guys will have to wait to see that. Well, definitely that. I think figure Jennifer Lopez for women definitely was Paris Hilton. The Olsen twins were very good fashion designers back in the day. I actually think after child acting, they went to fashion designing, and they've made an empire off of that. Paris Hilton, the Hilton hotels, even though I think it was a thing before the 2000s. I think Hilton's really blew up in the 2000s because, Paris Hilton was like the definition of an airhead. Like, literally didn't think about anything. Was just there to be popularity, whatever you may call it. But besides that, sorry, I'm trying to talk, and I'm also trying to like think of things to say. Okay, so we can go to the internet. The internet really exploded in the 2000s. My personal experience with the internet has been very good. 95% of it's been good. 5% has not been so good, but we'll get to that in a later part. But if I can elaborate, I think the internet is the perfect way. Literally, think about it like this: you come home, say 1997, and you don't have a computer, and you don't have anything, right? And you're just coming home, or not 1997. You're coming home during Christmas, 2004, 05, whatever. And you don't have a computer because your family, never knew how to use the internet. And then you get your computer for the first time during Christmas. And you're like, it's a whole new world. I think the internet, especially, is just like a whole different place. Like, there's so many platforms to share your opinions. There's so many, now also, there's so many websites. You can do whatever you want on the internet now. You should probably do stuff on the internet for good and not for bad, because the internet was made to have fun and not kind of, I digress. I'm not going to get into that. But what I will say is that people who, oh my goodness, like yeah. I like this orange ambient light. Makes me look fly. What? It's breath because I'm sick of tired. I'm just joking. I'm not really tired. But what was I on about? Internet. Yeah. I think YouTube very important. I actually know YouTube is probably one of the most important things to happen because it gave people not only a place to share their opinion, but for like videographers. Because back in the day, people weren't really posting on YouTube. It was just more of like funny, quirky videos that would blow up because not a lot of people were posting videos. But once you go back, you can really like tell internet culture kind of shaped how we are today. I like that one ad that goes like Jing Jing worth 877 cash now. Literally on YouTube. I think I went like on YouTube during the summer. Was watching a video like that, and I was like, I remember that scene on TV when I was like a child, like a baby, and I was born in 2009, right? So I feel like 2000's culture didn't really start to die down until like maybe 2018, 2017. I wouldn't say 16 because, early 2010s culture kind of mixed with 2000's culture. So I would say like 2017 was like the cutoff period, but from 2009 and 17, I was 8 years old, so I could vouch for my experience on the internet before 2017 was very good. Originally, though, my experience with YouTube, though, I never really thought about getting into content creation. I know this kind of is diverting from the video, but it's my channel, and I get to do whatever I want on videos. So, I'm sorry. No, I'm just playing, though. But, anyways, I think my first experience with YouTube was searching up Michael Jackson. If you don't know, and I do have to make a video on actually introducing myself because I want people to know who I am. I want people to know who I am because I want to make people happy. And, random guy on the internet trying to make people happy is kind of like, oh, wow, I don't know. I don't know what he likes talking about. So definitely a video coming soon on that. But as I can say, pertains to my first YouTube experience, it was searching up a video, Michael Jackson, Hold My Hand, because an album just came out. As unfortunately, I'm pretty sure most of you guys know Michael Jackson died. The year I was born, June 25th. I was born July 17th, so very close. I have a very big emotional attachment to Michael Jackson, but that's not the point. The first couple of years on YouTube was like 2014 and 2016. It was a lot of music video, a lot of football, but I can say once I started actually indulging in content, started watching YouTube to watch YouTube, just listen to music. I would say people who inspired me, even back in the day. Dom 2K, he makes basketball videos, and I love those, right? Documentaries. Gotta love those. Show respect to him. Chris Smoove was honest. Well, Dom 2K was my first like commentary YouTuber, but Chris Smoove was him, bro. I'm telling you. Chris Smoove, 2014 to 2016, peak run. I mean, boom, he was banging out content, millions of views. And I started actually like, people are posting about things that we do every day, which goes back into the 2000s, to be honest, because, people just like sharing. I think that's a big part of human interaction is the ability to just bond over certain experiences, like if I want to share that I broke my leg on the internet, I broke my leg on the internet. I've actually never broken any bone in my body, but I was just using that for an example to give you the bigger picture of things. But yeah, this video is going to be so long because I'm going to yap so much during this video, and I don't want the video to be like 50 minutes, dog. Okay, let's go into music because music, obviously, really popular. obviously is going to be popular. I mean, music is probably one of the best ways to share emotions and experiences. So, 2000s, Usher releases Confessions. That's the remix. High and fresh out the kitchen. I'm rolling my body, guy. I'm pretty sure that is not Confessions. That is another Usher song. But, well, did Confessions go like, no, that was My Way. I'm trying to think of how Confessions went. I don't know. I forgot what Confession started with, but and then you got T-Pain. I'm sprung, dogs to get me. Very good song. Oh yeah. By the way, T-Pain introduced autotune, which autotune has its. I mean, autotune is autotune. Like, I think T-Pain used it well because I think it was so new and it's so like catchy. And he can sing really well too. I don't think people give him enough credit. T-Pain is a very good singer, but he's also a very good mixer. So he mixed the auto-tune very well. Beyonce, Crazy in Love. My mom is a huge Beyonce head. Like, literally. You can't go anywhere in the world without mentioning Beyonce next to my mother. Which is partly, like, I get, like, a lot of my culture from, like, that era, like, late 90s, Nick at Night, Kenan and Kel, Rugrats. Rugrats was one of my favorite childhood shows. Hey Arnold. I actually have a Hey Arnold backpack that's slightly in my closet, and I will definitely show that one time on a video. But, yeah. So, because the video isn't even over. I feel like I haven't talked about much. I've been yapping for like the better part of 10 minutes, but like actually starting to get comfortable in front of the camera. I'm not gonna lie. First 4 minutes of the video, worst. I'm talking about worst because I'm a talkative person. You know, I'm literally the definition of somebody who talks too much. I talk way too much. But for a person who talks that much, I don't like talking. I like talking in front of a camera and talking to other people. But it's weird because as you see, there's nobody in my room. And something I have to get used to, but I mean, if I'm going to be a content creator, I'm going to basically be talking to myself most of the time. So, it's something I have to get used to, you know? Cool little used to, but I think I'm handling it well. I'll say that. I think I'm handling it well. But, yeah, I was talking about T-Pain, pop culture. And then what else was I talking about? I low-key forgot what I was talking about. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna turn into a straight yap session, or like literally just talking about anything right now. So, let me go back to my document because I can't have tabs. I'm so bad at organization sometimes. Like, I cannot figure out how to do this. This content creation stuff is crazy work, but I'm in it for the long haul. So, if I can find Chrome, holy work, bro! I can't find Chrome. Okay, let's talk about Fruitier Arrow. So all of a sudden, I know I'm not tripping, and I don't want to be that person that takes credit for like a internet phase, but I feel like at least in my state, I don't know about every other state because every other state's different. I don't live in every other state, but from what I can tell, I strictly remember Fruitier Arrow or Glass Arrow, Fruitier, like all that tech kind of stuff. I remember it way more fondly than other people, and I don't know if that's just people don't talk about it. But now it's starting to become a trend, and what I would have to say on that is that Fruitier Arrow is literally like I'm sorry. I'm so 6 Okay, I'll stop. But no. Fruitiger. Where was I? It's an aesthetic. Oh, my light just. I will edit the lighting change in this video. I currently have my Roku TV on that don't work sometimes. I don't think there's actually any way this has happened. I want to see your pom-poms from the stairs. Come on, come on. My fingertips and my lips, they burn from the cigarettes. Forrest Gump, you run my mind, boy. Running on my mind, boy. Forrest Gump, I know you, Forrest. I can't dance worth anything, Beetle, but you're so buff and so strong. I'm nervous, Forrest. Forrest Gump, my fingertips and my lips, they burn from the cigarette. Forrest Gump, you run my mind, boy. Running on my mind, boy. Okay, I'll stop. I just broke into choreographed singing for no reason because that was unscripted. Oh, I'm telling you, this whole video unscripted, nothing scripted. I mean, obviously I have video notes, but Lord knows I deviate from notes quicker than I make a U-turn in traffic. I will take notes, have them on my computer. It's literally what the video is supposed to be about. I've been trying to talk about the 2000s, but it kind of turned into 2000s. Yeah, it's just that I just started singing out of nowhere. Clearly, I have no clue what I'm doing right now, but it's all part of the ride. Am I right? But oh my goodness, I don't want to see this on my TV. Oh, whoa. I don't care. I'm recording a video, bro. Sorry, but yes, I was Fruitiger era. Okay, it's basically an aesthetic that mixes nature and tech. I don't know. Maybe I'll put some stock footage, or not stock footage. Maybe I'll actually put some video. Maybe I'll put some video in here about Fruitiger. Basically, it's like, and I'm pretty sure my older crowd will know because we're teenagers, so kind of grew up with Fruitiger era. But basically, it was this design style that kind of started with Windows Vista, and I know from research that Windows Vista wasn't the best operating system. It was kind of buggy, but I'm telling you, the look of Vista is very refreshing. And honestly, I'm sidetracking again because I can't focus. My ADHD is kicking in right now. It's so bad. But oh my goodness, I forgot what I was gonna say. I can't remember what I was going to say. I was gonna say Fruitiger era was a design chart. I could show some stock video, but also that brings me to another point. Fruitiger era might have been what the future, not what we're living in now, what the future was supposed to look like. And now, give or take, the future can still look like that. And I hope our future, for the sake of the world, looks like Fruitiger era, because I think peace and technology both were at its best in the early to late 2000s. I don't know, it was a certain turning point around like 2017. I feel like 2017 was low-key an underrated year because a lot of things started to shift. I know Fruitiger era technically didn't die out until Windows 11, but that wasn't really, well, obviously people aren't stupid. That wasn't really Fruitiger era. And if they try to pass that off as Fruitiger era, they're lying to you, because Fruitiger era was not flat. Okay, so it was a mix between flat design and Frutogero, which don't work because Frutogero is glossy, frosted, French tips. Okay, I'll stop. But like glossiness, that's the first thing when I think of Frutogero is glossy textures and glossy, shiny. My precious is so shiny. Like the lights right now, that kind of reminds me of Frutogero. But anyway, I think Windows 11 was like 2015. Yes, it was 2015. I'll fact check that. Make sure I'm right, because I only like to speak in truth, like God intended me to. But no lying on this channel. I always speak 100% truth. If you like the truth, cool. If you don't like the truth, cool. I don't care. I'm speaking 100% from what I think, because I just freedom of speech, bro. Freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want. Sometimes I'll be wrong. Yes, that's how you grow as a person. But if I don't ever say something, like if I'm always speaking wrong, then obviously I'm gonna learn if it's right. But if I never speak, then how am I supposed to know? Facts, bro. Okay, let me stop. Okay, but anyways, I was actually saying that the design style of Windows 11, which I believe came out in 2015, end of 2014, kind of ushered in flat design, and I'm a very visual person, and if something doesn't look right to me, or I don't like the look of something, I will like kind of despise it. Not in a bad way, but if I see like my monitor slightly to the left, I have to make it straight, like literally. It's also, I think, it's OCD, bro. But this video is gonna be really long. I think I'm gonna go at 40 because I've been talking so much and my throat is starting to dry up. But anyways, as I was saying, Windows 11 flat design, right? That's not Frutogero. Frutogero is frosted, so more of your like Macs from back in the day. But I don't like flat design. Whoever thought of flat design needs to be locked up, because apparently corporations wanted to make everything simpler and more efficient, even though like every time I turn on my TV and I look at TNT, it's literally just black and white. Black and white, and it just has a TNT. I don't think people were stupid. Why would they ever go away from it? And I know, design changes come and go, but flat needs to go immediately. I'm talking about flat needs to disappear within the next 2 weeks, or I'm going to file a letter to every corporation. That's McDonald's, Burger King, Starbucks, any fast food establishment. That's Best Buy, Walmart, any store establishment, any establishment in the world that doesn't look like fun. I'm sending a letter to you, because there's no way you guys are pulling in this amount of numbers. You're making all this money, and you can't give us a good logo design. What is that? What is that? Like, bro, like, I get it. You have to be formal, but everyone will tell you old designs look better. Old buildings look better. I'm not trying to just nostalgia, not big. I'm not trying to nostalgia farm, because like I missed the 2000s. No, I love my life right now, but I also think that sometimes we did do better things when we were older. Is that right? Is that right? Like, I feel like they did something back in the day, especially logo design. Okay. Anyways, tangent again. Sorry, but yeah, Frutogero needs to come back, and it's coming back a lot on TikTok. I personally don't really use social media unless I'm posting, because I got to focus on pulling Kai Cenat type numbers. I'm my own man, but I'm trying to pull Kai numbers, bro. I'm trying to pull Flight Reacts numbers. Okay. So when I'm saying I need numbers, I don't need numbers. I need game time. I need to be pulling in like I need to be averaging 40 subscribers a day, like James Harden was averaging 40 in 2019. I don't know where I was going with that, but anyways, yeah, pretty great on Instant Comeback. 2000. Oh, it's Gossip Girl. Now this video it has a long run time, so I think I'm gonna make videos in parts. But Gossip Girl came out in 2007. Also, the iPod came out in the 2000s. I forgot to mention that, but iPods were like the modern day. Honestly, iPods are phones like cousins. Like, iPod can play music, iPod can text, but like, the iPhone was internet, phone. Wait, no, what's the iPhone? I don't know what the iPhone stands for. I only know it's internet something. Phone, message. An iPod was just like a music player. But credit to Apple in making the iPod because I think that changed the way we listen to music. Like before you had to go buy CDs. And while I wouldn't mind buying CDs, the fact that people had to like old heads, I'm sorry. But the fact that you guys had to pay for CDs to listen to music, mind you, you needed a CD player also to play the CD on, then you needed to play it. So if you didn't have a CD player, you went and bought CDs, you can't listen to music unless you have a CD player or a speaker. So the iPod was very good. Honestly, internet music, ever created that or the invention of that, so good because I could not be Spotify, Pandora, YouTube Music, Apple Music. Well, Apple Music kind of came along with iTunes a couple of years later, but you know what I'm getting at. Modern music streaming services wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't for my light switches one more time. I'm gonna throw my recording mic across my room. Yeah, but anyways, the iPod, great invention. But Gossip Girl, definitely might have a TV. I have to finish it because I'll watch it for like a week and a half. Understand the story. I honestly think the story's not stupid. That's me. Whoever created the show had the right idea. But I think the way, and it's only the first season, I've only ever watched the first season. I think the way it's executed kind of sucks. Not in a bad way, but it's like, I don't know how to explain it. If you've ever watched, tell me in the comments, if you ever watched Gossip Girl. The point of the show is like stupid. Because the Serena girl, whatever, I'm blinking right now, but the Serena girl who left for boot camp came back and was basically an outcast. Not an outcast, but she was in a friend group with Blair. Blair. But then didn't realize that Serena and Archibald, Nate didn't realize that Nate and Serena did it. But then when Serena did, and they told them, they were cool with it, and then the whole show, literally, I think, kind of paints a picture of the 2000s. 2000s were crazy. I mean, literally, everything about the 2000s is practically insane to me, to be honest. But I will say that Gossip Girl is a good watch. It's just hard for me to keep watching it because I'm 16, about to turn 17. Get it? Because 6. I'll stop with the 6-7 jokes. But Okay. Anyways, Gossip Girl's a good watch. I don't understand it. It's funny. Yeah, it's funny. I would say it's funny, but I don't understand it. So it kind of drags on. Like, why the episodes are 40? I think what 40, 50 minutes long makes the story way too drawn out. If they literally, well, okay, I'm pretty sure when it first came out, it was not 50 minutes. And if it was 50 minutes back in 2007, don't know what they were doing. If the show creator or somebody simply would have just cut the episodes in half, not make parts of it, but just cut episode 1, right? 25 minutes. Episode 2, 25 minutes, would make the show way better, make the story more clear. Because, I'm not gonna lie to you, any show that runs episodes over 40 minutes has no clue what they're doing. Because, first of all, sitting in a room watching TV for 40 minutes straight without looking away or going to do something is crazy. I know people used to sit down and watch TV for like a good 20 minutes, 25 minutes. That's the perfect episode cutoff time, honestly. 25 minutes, 30 at max. If it goes anything longer than 30, you're kind of dragging out the show because you have your plot points, but then midway through one episode, it adds a detail for a story that won't even matter until like another 4 episodes later. And then in 4 episodes later, a story that happened 5 episodes ago is reintroduced into the story in this episode. It doesn't make sense. I can't say the word. Chronological order of the episodes do not make sense. If I'm going to watch TV, this definitely goes for Gossip Girl. I'm going to sit down and watch 25 minutes of one episode, engage, enhance myself within the story, get integrated within the story, and actually comprehend what just happened. I can't really get with Gossip Girl because 25 minutes will go by, I'll be like, oh, and then something happens, I'm like, wait, how does that make sense? Okay, but anyways, I think that will do it for what the 2000s were like. Honestly, I talked so much on random things that I'm probably going to have to cut this video a little short. I don't really like editing myself. Like, let me clarify. I like editing, but I don't like editing, if you catch my drift. Like, I like editing my videos, so I make good content, but I don't like editing videos, taking, like, certain goofy things, like the whole Forrest Gump thing that I just did, like the Frank Ocean song, and I started singing. That was totally unscripted, and I like people seeing me for, like, who I am, and because I'm definitely not a perfect person. Far from it, to be honest. I'm one of the most imperfect people, I think, on the face of this earth. But I think we're gonna get into a good point, aren't I? Anyways, I think that, just to wrap this up, that I want people, and I want you viewers, oh my, viewers to see me for me. So all the goofy stuff that just happened, I probably won't edit that. I'll make the video shorter, definitely, because I know I'm not. I just ran it about a TV episode being 40 minutes long, so I'm definitely not gonna put you guys through the pain and torture of watching me talk for almost an entire hour without a break. So I'm probably gonna split this video into parts, maybe. Yeah, probably. But anyways, yeah. So if you like the video, because if I know this video is going to be a struggle to watch, even though I'm trying my best. It's going to be a struggle watching me stutter 10 times in this video, and then me saying 6, 7 multiple times, because like 16, filter turn 17, and I said 6, 7 like 5 different times. I know it's going to be kind of a little out there, but anyways, I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. So I think I might honestly, no, I'm going to leave it like what was the 2000s like, but I'm also going to put yap sessions, or not yap sessions. I'm going to be like also talking way too much. Well, no, that doesn't sound like a good video. I don't know what I'm going to title this. It's probably going to be like, it's going to probably be like, I commentate on what the 2000s were like, and comma, by the way, it's my first time doing this, and be warning, or I'll just probably put the video as like what the 2000s like, and then put in the description, caution, this talks too much, or this person talks too much, referring to myself. And you have been warned because I've been on tangents for like the last 15, 16, 17 minutes. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video through all this yapping or whatever, subscribe, like. Obviously, if you don't want to, it's fine. But help out a young content creator trying to get to low-key 10K subs by December. So, and make sure the content's good. But, yeah, if you guys like the video, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you didn't like the video, or you liked some parts of the video but didn't like other parts of the video, commentate on what you guys liked and didn't like. I'm open to all criticism because I'm trying to become a better YouTuber, and you can't really become a better YouTuber if you think your videos are already good when they're really not, or they're not there yet. And you really just, there's a point. Corey and all of them probably started somewhere. Light started somewhere. Every YouTuber starts somewhere, and this is my starting point. So, again, if you guys like the content, subscribe to Dual Threat with Jay. Videos will be posted. I can't promise anything, but long form videos out every other week. That's what I'm planning to do. But shorts on gaming stuff like College Football 26. Every weekend I stream at least once. Usually on Fridays or Saturdays. Or then Thursday night. So Thursday night, Friday or Saturday. And I post 2 shorts. Usually on Friday and Saturday too. About 4 shorts a weekend. And 1, 2 long form videos every other week. I know before I get out of this, that I posted September 20. I either posted August 22nd. Yeah, it was August 22nd. I posted August 22nd, and I haven't posted long form video since. But that was because I kind of still trying to shape what my content's going to be like. So from now on, it won't be as long as breaks in between long form videos, as I'm trying to consistently get content out there. But anyways, I'll stop talking and I hope you guys enjoy your day. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Oh my, I didn't stop the record.